of finder methods, right? Find all widgets, find widget by ID, find widgets for a given topic, right? Let's implement a couple more. How about delete? I want to remove a widget. Right? So to delete a widget, notice that I would need to send a delete method, right, to the controller, right? I will need to go back to my React or maybe use Postman, right, to send a delete. I'm feeling lazy, so instead I'm just going to copy this. Right? I'm going to use a get instead. I'm going to use a get, and to be able to distinguish between these two URLs, right? Actually, this URL, and I have another one that looks just like it. This one, right? Yes. Right, so to distinguish between the two, I'm going to prepend here with delete. Okay. Now this is not a RESTful service, right? A RESTful service uses delete methods for deleting, and read operations, it uses gets. Right? So we're not going to be getting, we're not going to be reading, we're going to be deleting. Yes? So I'm just testing. Right? It's not that you won't actually do this. It's just so that we don't have to use Postman. And it's also a very easy way to test whether this is working. So delete. So I'm going to say delete test. And we're going to grab the ID of the widget that I want to remove. It's an integer. And I'm going to pass it down to the widget, to the delete widget. And the delete widget is going to receive here an integer. Now that we have the integer, we can now delete the widget. And the way we can delete it is by using the repository. So widget repository, there's a delete. Notice there's a delete by ID. See that? If I know the ID, I can just pass it along and it'll remove it. See that? All right, so try it out. Let's test this. Let's run this. Let's go fetch all the widgets. Let's fetch all the widgets so that we know which one we might want to delete. Oops. Is the server up and running? Oops, there's an error. Integer. Oh, this is supposed to be an integer. Integer. There we go. Let's restart. Okay, this is the terminal starting. Okay, let's go fetch all the widgets. There we go. So let's remove let's remove the first one. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 widgets. All right, let's remove the first one. So I believe we called it here. If we say 1, we have that 1, right? But if we put a delete in front of it, delete. Okay. I get a 1 saying that I was successfully deleted. If I come back and I refresh, notice that 1 is no longer there. Let's remove a couple more. Let's remove number 2. Removed it. Let's go fetch it. Notice that number 1 and number 2 are no longer there. Right? If I go to the relational database and do a query, notice that notice that number 1 and number 2 are no longer there, right? I only have 3, 4, and 5. Everybody good? Right? One more.